Ooh-wee, y'all. RFK Jr. He said family caregivers should not be paid to take care of their own children and parents.
Wow.
Ooh-wee, y'all. He done did it now. He done did it. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. See me today. Thank you so very much. I know some of y'all are going to get mad at this video. And I can understand. I really can. RFK Jr. has pissed off a whole lot of people, especially people with disabled children, especially people who have to take care of their elderly parents. I want y'all to excuse me today because I don't have my teeth in. Every now and then, them gums, they start hurting, y'all. So I can't put them in when they're hurting. You can understand, right? Right? If you don't, I don't give a what. Put it on down there. Now, I want you to tell me, is he right or is he wrong? We're going to point out a few things. We are, okay? But first, I want to thank you for the PayPal, the Cash App that buy me a coffee. Thank you so much for this coffee. Thank you for the super thanks. And thank you so much, y'all, for buying all that Avon. Soap is almost gone now. I sold over 3,400 something. It was two, and it went up. Good Lord. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I really do, because that's going to help me out when YouTube acts funny. Y'all know YouTube act funny. This is the stuff I told you is supposed to be for the firming cream for the neck and chest. I'm going to let y'all see me put it on my neck. Just a dab, do you? Just a dab, all right? Might want to go over there and get you some. Might want to go over there and do it. I want y'all to tell me if it's working, okay? Y'all see my face. Take a look at it. Take a look at it. Take a look. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had surgery on my back and they went through my neck. So that's why my neck looked like this. It really is. I don't know what can help that. I have no idea. I'm not having no plastic surgery. I'm not doing that. I'm just not going to do it, all right? We're going on over there to the Avon, all right? Check it out. Campaign 9. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Got some good stuff in there. Thank you for you people who bought. I'm trying to reach to 5-star ambassador. I got been sold 5,000, I think, within 2 campaigns. I think, I'm not for sure. But y'all gonna help me get there, right? You gonna help me get there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. All right. All right, here we go with the first video. Let me pull it up. No pay for caregivers. A lot of y'all can't work because you take care of your children. And I understand that. You know, even if there is 2 parents in the home, somebody's, working, thank God. But if there's only one parent, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard because nobody wants to keep your kids, especially disabled. They're not going to love your kids like you love your kids. They're not going to treat your children like you treat your children. They're not going to do it. So a lot of parents prefer to take care of their own kids. Now, my thing is, okay, they be sending nurses to the houses and stuff like that. So why not just pay the parent? Why not just pay them to do it? I know there's fraud. I know there's fraud in everything. That is fraud everywhere. But I don't really think the majority of people are frauding the system. We're going to always have some now, don't get me wrong. But I don't think the majority is doing it. All right, here we go. Listen.
Caregivers allow people, family members, who are taking care of an elderly parent to get paid for balancing the checkbook, for picking up the groceries, for driving somebody to a doctor's appointment. Today, the biggest job in New York, 650,000 people, the biggest employment niche is home care. These are family members who are getting paid to do things that they used to do as family members.
I'm sorry, I gotta start that back over because y'all know his voice is kind of raspy. I think he has some type of throat thing going on, throat tumor, throat cancer. He had surgery, and his voice ain't been no good since then. Listen, pay close attention to what he's saying. Listen, because I want y'all to tell me if y'all agree with this man or not. And some of the things that he said. I'm not saying all of it, but some of it.
Caregivers allow people, family members, who are taking care of an elderly parent to get paid for balancing the checkbook, for picking up the groceries, for driving somebody to a doctor's appointment. Today, the biggest job in New York, 650,000 people, the biggest employment niche is home care. These are family members who are getting paid to do things that they used to do as family members for free.
That's the part I wanted you to hear. Family members are getting paid for things that used to be for free. Basically, he's saying, y'all, what happened? What were people doing before they started paying family members to take care of their own family? I'm sorry about the truck, y'all. I told you I live on a busy street. My building is on a busy street. What were they doing, people? Put it on down in the comment section. How were they surviving? They couldn't work, but they had to take care of their children. They couldn't work because they had to take care of their elderly parents because they couldn't afford to put them anywhere. And some people just don't want to put their parents in nursing homes because we know how nursing homes are. We know. We know and we feel you. We understand, okay? You want to take care of your own parent. You want to take care of your own disabled child. Who wants to put their child somewhere, back then, way back then? I don't know. They used to put the kids that was something disabled, they used to put them all together somewhere, orphanage or something like that. I would have never done that. I would have never. Well, tell me what y'all think about that, what he said right there. They used to do it for free. And now everyone wants to get paid. Do you think everybody should get paid? Do you? I feel that there are some cases, yes, that they should get paid. I do feel that, okay? Because I'm not insensitive. I'm not, all right? I'm not. But like he said, some people really ain't taking care of their kids. Somebody else is. Somebody else. Y'all know a few. I'm pretty sure you know.
And this is rife with fraud because we have no way at CMS to determine whether they actually perform that duty or not. We don't know whether you drove your grandmother to a doctor's office. So it's an opportunity for fraud, and state corrupt people, fraudsters are taking that opportunity all over the country. And it's one of the reasons that Medicaid doubled during the Biden administration, because we are paying for fraud now as much as for medicine. The waivers allow.
Are y'all mad at him for saying that? Are you mad? He said we paying for more fraud now. And then you got to ask yourself, too, where are all these children coming out disabled, having problems mentally, physically? Is it in the food? Is it? Or is it something y'all been doing, like drinking and doing drugs? What is causing all of this? Put it on down there in the comment section. Could it be the what? Even before the children were becoming disabled. You know, in some states, if you don't have religious reasons, you have to get your child vaccinated before they can go to school. We don't know about those vaccinations. We don't know what's in those shots. We don't know. We don't have a medical degree. Even some of the doctors don't even know. They are not a chemist. We don't know the long-term effect on those vaccination shots. We don't know. We don't know. Because everybody's body is what? Everybody's body is not the same, y'all. I'm just telling you. It's rough. Moving right along. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to play him again. All right, let's do the next one. Here's a little later right here. She's kind of pissed off about it. Let me tell you what happened here. Let me see if this one. Let me click on it for a minute. RFK. No, that's not the one. Hold on a second. I got to read this to you first. Right here, she said RFK Jr. implied that Medicaid fraud is being committed by parents of disabled kids. Medicare fraud. Do y'all believe that? Do you? How can you have Medicaid fraud with a kid that's actually disabled? I think he didn't say that. I think he said fraud is being committed by people who are caring for their kids, who are caregivers and getting paid. Fraud is being committed, but they are really not taking care of their own kids. Somebody else is. Somebody else. I don't know. Maybe he think they lying. The kid ain't disabled. They just probably have mental problems. I don't know what he's thinking. I have no idea. But y'all let me know down in the comment section. Here she goes.
RFK Jr. implied that parents of disabled and medically complex kids are committing Medicaid fraud. And that's just a blatant lie. He said, quote, "We are seeing a tremendous amount of fraud, including situations where family members are being paid to do things they used to do for free. The truth is that we are forced out of the workforce in order to keep our kids adequately cared for."
How are you forced out the workforce? Because you have to take care of your kid that's disabled? Is that why you got to be forced out? That means if you was working before, how did you get forced out? Was your kid acting up so bad? Kid couldn't stay in school? So they had to what? They had to boot the kid out of school? Is that the reason? Or is it something else? I can't see it be a person, a kid that's probably disabled and they handicapped. Handicapped like got, limbs missing and, mentals, they don't really know where they at. They can't feed themselves. They can't do anything for themselves. I can understand that, but someone that gets a check for, what is that called? ADHD? I guess I'm saying that right. Those kids are bad. I'm just saying. I hate to say it. They are bad. I know it has something to do mentally. I know it does. I feel bad for those children. I really do, because they really can't control themselves. I don't know if they know right from wrong or not. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. But I do feel bad for parents who got children like that. I really do. Okay. But she said she was working before. So what were you doing when you were working before? What were you doing? Maybe that's what they looking at. Some of y'all were working and then all of a sudden you stopped working because you found out you could get a check. Is that it? Could that be it? Let me know. Put it on down in the comment section. Okay. I can understand you tired. You tired when you come home from work. And here you is, you got this child you got to take care of that don't mind, that's not obedient. I can understand. Or you have to take care of your child that's sick. Maybe your child has a disease or your child has something. I can understand you are tired. You deserve some relief. You really do. Because you can't help the way your child was born. Now, some of y'all can't. Now, some of y'all can because it's the things that you do while you were pregnant. Okay. I'm just saying. It really is. Moving right along. Here we go.
States that do have paid parent caregiver programs actually save taxpayer dollars. That's a fact. They give families adequate income to contribute to the local economy. They reduce spending on state-run institutions and hospitals. They lower taxes by not having to pay in-home nurses and caregivers, who, by the way, do not know our kids half as well as we do. And they reduce reliance for families with disabled.
She ain't lying. They don't know your kid as well as you do. They think they know, some of them. But you know what your kid does, what your kid likes, how your kid acts, because they're not there all the time. They're not there. So she's right about that. They don't.
Medically complex kids on programs like SNAP and WIC and housing vouchers. My day-to-day is not the average parenting. It's far and above what a typical day of parenting looks like. Like, I'm not just saying I should get paid to be a parent, or that anybody should get paid to be a parent. Although that's not crazy either. I'm administering meds, I'm managing medical equipment and coordinating with insurance and therapies and doctors and driving to set appointments. And I'm managing ADLs, and quite literally, I'm keeping my child alive. I'm the one that notices a slight change in her breathing and knows that an oncoming respiratory illness is coming up. I'm the one that sees a look in her eyes and knows she's about to hit or elope or act out. Our disabled kids deserve the best care. Their families deserve to not be forced into poverty. And if the U.S. actually...
How are they forced into poverty? Because they got a disabled kid? And she's saying because, we got to spend all this money to take care of our kids. We need some help. So we forced into poverty. We got all these medical bills. My thing today, y'all, if they get the people off the system that don't belong there, like the able-bodied people, there probably would be more money for the people who are disabled and for the people who need to take care of their elderly parents, grandparents. There probably would be enough money. But we got people sitting on the system their whole entire life, messing up the economy. And you wonder why the government is sick and tired of y'all. And you wonder why the government don't feel sorry for y'all. How can you even wonder that? But Sandfay, girl, they don't need to take it out on the children. They don't need to take it out on the children. I didn't say they did need to take it out on the children. I didn't say that. I'm just telling you why things are the way that they are. And why the government is saying what they're saying. You got a bunch of lazy people sitting on the system. And you got a bunch of fraudsters cheating the system. So they don't know who to trust. They don't. And I can understand that. I can understand. But they just got to figure out a way to help the people who got the children that actually need help. Okay, that's why they're trying to clean house, y'all. Okay, they want the people to get the money that really needs it. The disabled people, the seniors, the people who really need it. Okay, moving right along. Okay, I'm not insensitive. I'm not. But y'all need to use some common sense sometime. That's what I'm saying.
Cared at all, they would implement paid parent caregiving programs in all 50 states. They won't, but they should. RFK, you can suck it. Truly, from the bottom of my Medicaid-loving heart, you can suck it.
Does she have a husband? Does she have a husband? Does he have a job with medical? I know the insurance will only pay so much. The insurance company said, y'all breaking them. Y'all are breaking them. But all these people who can't work, all these people who are disabled, and we got to pay for your children. We got to pay for you. We got to pay for everything. And we are sick and tired. We are sick and tired. But I say to that right there, insurance companies, y'all get money from people who are never sick. Never sick. Never go to the hospital. Never go to the doctor's office. Y'all getting this money every month. You should have enough money to take care of the people that are disabled. You should. Why you think they're rich, y'all? Why? Moving right along here. All right. This is her again. I guess somebody was upset about what's going on with her. So they went down in her comment section. And they said, you are literally saying parents should get paid to care for their child, well, at least disabled children. Taxpayers are not responsible. We are not responsible. That's what they said. Well, she had a thing or two to say about that. Listen to what she said. Listen.
Okay, first of all, your tax dollars are already paying for our disabled kids, just by the way. And they should be paying a lot more, but they can't because our tax dollars are instead being used to fund wars that don't matter, don't have any real reason, bombing of children's schools, ballrooms, golf trips, parades.
Bombing of children's schools. They found out that was a lie. We didn't bomb no children's school. Funding ballrooms. That was Trump's own money. His own money. See how people don't know. They don't know. You see how they don't know. Trump spent his money at the White House to redecorate, to remodel the ballroom. His own money. And people helped him. Donation. They gave him donation. Okay. Misinformed. I'm telling you, people misinformed. But I understand what she's talking about. I understand. Let's start that over again. Listen to what she said.
Okay, first of all, your tax dollars are already paying for our disabled kids, just by the way. And they should be paying a lot more, but they can't because our tax dollars are instead being used to fund wars that don't matter, don't have any real reason, bombing of children's schools, ballrooms, golf trips, parades, ICE, deporting illegal citizens.
So who don't want ICE deploying illegal citizens? And she said something about golf trips. Trump loves golf, y'all. Use some damn common sense, all right? You know good and damn well he ain't funding using government money to go on no damn golf trip. Even if he went out the country to have meetings, and they say, okay, later on, y'all, later on, let's go. Let's go to the golf course. Let's go out to eat. Let's do something. That's not what he went there for. He went there for a meeting. But he don't do that. I'm just saying he doesn't do that. Y'all got to have proof. You got to prove that the government is paying for that. Okay? You got to prove it. All right? Some of y'all doing worse than that. Some of y'all are. You own your job. You ain't working. You're sneaking. You're doing something. So, hey, how can y'all talk about somebody? Some of y'all doing way worse than that. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all stealing from your job. Stealing.
Two, I don't know how you think the Medicaid works. We don't get a check. Some kids with disabilities get SSI checks, Social Security checks. We don't, but that's because we live in a high cost of living place. And SSI goes off of federal poverty line, which is like $7 something an hour. In the place that I live, it's $15 an hour is minimum wage, and you can't live off of $15 an hour where I live. So nobody makes that amount, and they go off of your net income, your gross income, So we make way too much for that. We also don't.
So you trying to tell me Social Security don't consider the area that you live in and the cost of living and the minimum wage there? That's what you're trying to say? I don't believe that right there. I don't believe that. I don't think she did her homework. I really don't.
Qualify for any food stamps or housing vouchers or anything else in case you were worried about that. Don't.
Maybe because she got a husband. Could that be the reason? That she has a husband? She ain't telling us everything. You know, people leave stuff out when they talk about this stuff online. They leave stuff out. They ain't telling you everything. Trust me, they ain't telling you everything. There's a reason why she don't qualify.
Worry, my daughter does get free health care, but if you want to come for that, I don't know what else to tell you. If I get her private health care, well, she has private health care, but if we only used her private health care, then your rates would go up for that as well. So I don't know what you want here. 3, if my daughter had to be put into a home like RFK Jr. wants, an institution.
He did not say put your daughter in a home or institution. Well, see that? This is how stuff gets spreaded out. This is how lies get started right there. He didn't say that. He didn't tell nobody to put their kid. He just said what happened, what was going on before when people was taking care of their kids. They wasn't getting no check. What was going on before then? Okay? Well, I say to that because, maybe things right now ain't like they used to be way, 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 way back when. Everything's so expensive. People do need help. I'm going to say that. They do need help with their children. They do. All right? They do. But people are frauding the system. And that's why they are cautious about it. That's why. All right? So I can understand his concern. But people going to really hate him now. They're going to really hate him.
You'd be paying a lot more than what they would be paying me to take care of her. You'd be paying RNs, registered nurses. Where I live, it's about $70 an hour to take care of her 24/7, to do her tube feeds, and they don't know her nearly as well as I do, so her quality of life would be much lower. 3, people like you love to say get a job. 1, there's nothing wrong with minimum wage jobs. They should be able to sustain a basic livelihood. They can't, but that's a whole different conversation, different issue. But because you like to complain about that, because that's always something that people complain about, I already have a bachelor's degree. I went to college after high school. I got a bachelor's degree. I got a job in that. That job happens to only really be a 9 to 5. I did some freelancing after Addie was born, but really it wasn't sustainable because I was living in the pediatric intensive care unit at a children's hospital 2 hours from my home because my daughter's heart stopped working.
I understand. You can't work like that. You can't even keep a job when your child is sick like that. So I understand that right there. I understand it. People need help. They do need help. Get some of them people off the system. They can get some help. Those people who don't belong there. That's got to be rough. That's got to be tough. That's got to be depressing to see your child going through something like that. So yes, I feel parents should be with their children, especially when there's hard times like that. And they do need some help. They do. They do need help. I ain't gonna lie. Okay? But see, there's people out there that make it bad for people like her. Because they are frauding the system. Some way, somehow, they gonna always find out a way. They gonna always find out a way. Always. I know someone once before made their child act like they was crazy so she could get a check. I knew it. I didn't say nothing. No, I didn't. Sandfay, girl, you should have said something. You should have said, no, the Lord gonna take care of them. I ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't gotta say nothing. Okay? I don't have to do that. Okay? Their day will come.
So, anyways, next question. And, because you guys always love to say that as well, I'm actually going back to school right now for my second bachelor's degree in nursing. In about a year, I will be a registered nurse with my BSN. And I still am going to have to work part-time offset hours for my husband. And that's why I chose this career, because I'm already doing it at home for my daughter. I cannot get paid to be her health care or her home care provider because Oregon only offers that for 155 families in the entire state.
Wow.
We've been on the wait list for it for 3 years, I think now.
Ooh.
And we're number like 1,650 or something like that.
Ooh, Lord.
Even though they have the funding for it, that's a whole other thing. I've gone to the Capitol and spoken about that as well. So don't even come for me. You know nothing about this. You couldn't last a day in our lives, and you hate children. But I'm sure you tell people that you support children and you want the best for children. I also bet you're pro-life and you don't know anything about it.
What's wrong being pro-life? Because you don't believe in abortion. What's wrong with that? She had like something wrong with that. What's wrong with being pro-life, y'all? Put it on down in the comment section. Y'all, this is really kind of sad in a way. Like I said, people do need help. I'm not insensitive. I'm not. But I don't like when people try to use people, use the system, use the taxpayers, use their family members. Just use anybody. They don't care. As long as they can get over. You just got a lot of people like that. It's kind of hard to trust them. But you're going to have to trust them until you see them doing wrong. I know RFK Jr. probably means well, that he's trying to make sure that there's no fraud in the system. But you can't cut out all the fraud. It's not going to be cut out 100%. It's not. Until the end of time, people are going to fraud the system. People are going to lie, steal, and kill. People going to always do things they ain't supposed to be doing. People going to always sin. Don't worry, y'all. Their day is coming. And I'm not talking about in court either. Their day is coming. You think the good Lord above don't know what's going on? I know a lot of you people are atheists. Sandfay girl, ain't no God, ain't no God. How can he see everybody? How can he see everyone and what they're doing? How can they see it? You know what? I used to say the same thing too. How can God see everybody? How can he see it? I want y'all to put it on down there in the comment section. How can one God see everything and hear everything that people are doing? I always wondered that myself, okay? Always wondered that. I don't have an answer for that. I don't. Nobody knows God. We know of him, but we don't know his powers. Well, some of us have seen it. Some of us have seen miracles. Some of us have seen, the wrath of God. Some of us have seen it, okay? But anything else, we don't know, okay? We can assume. That's all we can assume. Now, are you supposed to assume what God is? Are you? Are you supposed to assume what Jesus is? Put it on down there. I don't know that Bible like the back of my head. I don't know it. Some of y'all do. You Bible-toting people. Let us know, all right? That's all I'm asking. Go down there in the comment section and tell me what you think about everything that this lady talked about, what RFK said. Do you believe in what he said? Do you believe that there's a lot of fraud in the system? Tell us what you think that people did way back then before people started getting checks for their disabled parent, for their disabled child. What were people doing? We need to know this. We need to know, how are they surviving and still working and take care of their family? How are they doing it? Put it on down there. All right? With all that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah.